What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Code Front Low Podcast. I'm your host, Kobe Cole, bringing you all the sports news, sports drama, and sports update. I got my boy, y'all seen him many times before,
Yes,
my
sir.
ex-partner, MK from MK World, my boy.
Yes, sir. Feels good
How
to
you
be back.
feeling? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I ain't been here in so long, man. It's good to be back.
And all right, so get into that. Well, before we get into that, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you subscribe and like to my boy MK at MK's World. So get into a lot of sports drama going on, a lot of things going on. We're gonna start with the NBA. Karl-Anthony Towns to New York Knicks. The Knicks get Karl-Anthony Towns. The Timberwolves get Julius Randle and Dante DiVincenzo. They broke up the Villanova Knicks before it even got started.
Yeah.
How you feeling about that?
Honestly, I like it for New York because with Isaiah Hartenstein leaving to go to the Thunder, Mitchell Robinson has always had
Injury problems.
Yeah, he's had injury problems, and they were thin at center. They didn't have another center on the roster, so I think adding an all-star center is very good for them. But I mean, at the same time, I feel like everybody that was a part of that Villanova team kind of was looking forward to playing together. But I mean, I think that they made the right decision for their team, and for the Timberwolves, I don't like it. I don't think adding Julius Randle or Rudy Gobert is a good idea. So
I do feel like, so you know how I felt with the Knicks going into the season before the Villanova Knicks, how they traded and everything. I thought, to me, it was number 2, number 3 with the not the Bucks. I think Bucks were 4 with the Celtics and the 76ers.
Yeah.
I do hate that they broke up Villanova Knicks before they got started. I also think how you get rid of Dante DiVincenzo, I feel like he was either a great starter piece or a great piece coming off the bench. And then, Jalen Brunson took a huge pay cut before they can even get started just for him to trade his homeboy.
Right.
I always said, though, that Julius Randle, I feel like for that team to fully be Jalen Brunson's, you got to get rid of Julius Randle.
I agree.
So I do think I like they got rid of Randle, but I also think they shouldn't have put in Dante DiVincenzo. They probably could find something better than Cat, in my opinion. I don't think Cat's like top 5, I feel like they could have made something else work.
But I mean, they didn't really have any concerns to address other than center. And if you're going to get somebody that's an all-star, like, you have to give up DiVincenzo. Julius Randle is just not enough.
But I feel like they could have made something shake at center. Because, like, let's be honest, Hartenstein wasn't an all-star center.
Nah.
And I feel like they did have the pieces to, even though they had a lack at center, you could still compete. Because bench-wise and player-wise, we've seen with the Celtics, they can still compete with any team when you have an overall absolute dog of a team.
Yeah.
I just feel like you might need a center when you play the 76ers or you play the Bucks. Now you got to deal with Randle. Not Randle. You got to deal with Giannis and you got to deal with Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're outnumbered everywhere else. When you go to guards, you go to small forwards, the matchup is kind of leaning towards the Knicks. So I feel like they could have found another piece than Karl-Anthony Towns.
So, like, you're saying a lesser piece where you could have kept Dante?
We could have got Dante.
But does that really upgrade the team, though? That's the thing. Because I wouldn't want to give up Julius Randle for somebody that's not really, I guess, better than him.
But see, I'm also thinking about general manager. Like I just said, personally for me, I ain't gonna say I'm not big on Randle, but at the same time, I feel like this should be Jalen Brunson's team for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with giving up Randle to have the full strings for Jalen Brunson and then bring in somebody. I don't say it had to be lesser than Cat, but I feel like I could have got something else and kept Dante DiVincenzo and got rid of Randle.
But if I'm
just saying,
team,
Hartenstein wasn't like just top 5. Top 10,
he wasn't nothing crazy.
But he made the team work. So I feel like if I can do that now, and I got to the semifinals, I can still make that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I wouldn't trade Julius for somebody that's worse than him. Like, I would need an all-star. But I mean, I understand what you're saying though, because giving up Dante is a very, very good role player for sure. Yeah,
and like I said with the Celtics, they show role players do matter.
Yeah.
And also, I don't think Cat show up in the playoffs.
I mean, yeah, he's not necessarily the greatest playoff performer, but I think it's a different situation now because of how the Knicks are set up. I don't think you're asking him to do as much as he had to do in Minnesota.
That's the thing, though. I think you are. I think you actually asking him to do more in the Knicks because of the matchup he now has. You now not only you might take some offensive pressure on him.
Okay, but
defensively, can he play defense again? You was not looking at that at Hartenstein, but now with Cat and being the person you are, can you stop Joel?
Right.
Can you stop Giannis? Can you stop Kristaps? Like, when Jalen Brunson moved to the power forward, can you not Jalen Brunson? Jalen Brown.
Yeah.
Can you compete with him? I don't see that with Cat.
That's true. That's true. The East has more bigs that he's gonna have to actually like, not just score with, but actually try and slow them down.
Like, we knew what we expected with like you and Jokic and everybody else, but as it comes to you going against Joel, Giannis, and them, can you compete? I don't see Cat hanging with them. He might go point for point on a good night. Everything just falling for him. But defensive wise, you're not. If it comes down to a one-on-one matchup, we know who we're taking.
Yeah, the other center. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
So I think it's actually more pressure on Cat because we didn't look for that in the West.
Okay.
The West was very inconsistent big-wise. In the East, the last 2 MVPs or last 3 MVPs are bigs.
Right. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, I didn't think about that. Defensively, he has more on his plate now for sure.
Yeah, and that's going to show in the playoffs because that's when they're going to step up.
Well, I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really move the needle for me with the Knicks. I don't think it makes them like overall better. I'm not any more convinced that they're going to go to the finals or anything like that. I think it kind of keeps them in the same place. It just gives them more security at the center position.
I think it kind of moves me back.
Okay.
Because, just how big I am on overall team.
And like DiVincenzo leaving.
Yeah, it just moves me back a little bit. I'm not saying DiVincenzo was like the ultimate key player, like he was Brunson or somebody, but I'm just not convinced with Cat in the playoffs. I think Cat's a great player. I think he adds a little bit of shooting to their team also. Yeah. But I don't, defensive-wise, I just don't see you hanging with them guys when I need you, especially when they're big. It's arguably their best player of their team.
Yeah. It's a tough ask because, like you said, outside of Jokic in the West, the bigs aren't like how they are in the East. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess he better get in the lab, work on his footwork, stay in front of people because.
Yeah, pretty much. He better work on a lot of things, to be honest. Better work on very defense. Like I said, offense is not the problem with Cat.
Yeah.
It's just defense.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I think if Cat can defensively provide, offense will take care of itself.
Yeah, because, I mean, he's a natural shooter, so as long as he gets in a rhythm. And that's the thing. I think Jalen Brunson, the way that defenses play Jalen Brunson will allow Cat to get a lot of open shots. Mm-hmm. And once he gets in his rhythm, I mean, he's arguably
and he still got about Michael.
Yeah,
he can shoot. You still got I like is it McBride? I think McBride.
Yeah, Miles McBride.
He came out of nowhere. I didn't expect that much out of him when DiVincenzo and Brunson went down for a little while. I didn't expect that much out of Miles McBride. So, like I said, Cat offensive-wise not the problem. I just got to see him play some defense.
I can't argue with you, man, to be honest.
And then I'm just